makes Tom an extraordinary gentleman? That is $1 million question. I mean, where do you begin? Between being a self-made man to his generosity throughout the community of Toronto, Canada as a whole, providing services for people that are underprivileged, to people that not necessarily need the money but need some suits. He's a man for really every occasion, and that's what makes him extraordinary.
Hi there, my name is Mark Alto. I'm an old and dear friend of Tom and a longtime business associate. He's been a customer of our brand for over 20 years, and through that time I've got to know him and respect him and love him.
Tom is best regarded by me as being someone who is very kind, very generous, and treats everybody the same, from the late Ken Thompson, Canada's richest man, to a lowly guy like me.
It's easy to talk about Tom Mihalik because there's so much you can say about him. My husband Bobby has told you how kind and generous Tom is, and that's very true. In addition, Tom has a really quick wit, and he goes on the radio each day several times, and he never has a script, but he's always entertaining and he's always very witty. As you may have heard, he says that the acronym for his name, Tom, is Take Off More.
He would say his famous slogan, Tom, take off more.
Tom, take off more. T-O-M stands for take off more. So it's $350.
He's got a great sense of humor too. He's a very funny guy. He sees humor in a lot of different situations.
Down with ill-fitting suits on Bay Street. I'm down here on Bay Street and I'm demonstrating against ill-fitting suits.
Still cannot understand what Tom means by 6 for 1 sale or 5 for 1 sale. 5 suits for 1. We still can't figure that out to this day.
There's one guy that I know makes Tom laugh on a pretty regular basis. Is Marty Richmond.
This is my very good friend Marty Richmond. Marty has been supporting me and the store for 110 years.
Marty Richmond just has to look at Tom in a different way, and Tom starts to lose it.
Marty's also from Spadina College. We speak the same language, but he speaks it much better than I do.
I thought this was Harry Rosen, so is that?
It was almost Harry Rosen, and Harry would be very, very upset at both of us.
I made a mistake, I'm in the wrong store.
My dad has told me a lot of stories over the years regarding his childhood, mainly about himself and his grandfather, or my grandfather, his dad, and my grandmother when they first came to Canada, and how they were expecting this huge shopping mall, and my grandfather owned it, and he was getting ready to be picked up in a limousine, and you know, the whole American Canadian dream at the doorstep. It was quite the opposite. He saw this small little store and looked up at my grandfather and said, "This is it. This is what we came to Canada for." My dad always said, "Never give up."
I love the story that Irene tells about Tom and how she came to Canada and she was shopping in Kensington looking for a Hungarian cosmetic store. She's from Hungary herself. She wandered into Tom's store. They struck up a conversation. They went out a few times, and then she returned to Hungary. Tom went over to Hungary and visited her, and when she came back to Canada, she was Tom's wife. Now, she gave up her career in Hungary as a lawyer to come back as Tom's wife, and that to me is one heck of a sales job.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention Tom's devotion to his beloved mother, who passed away last November and who was a key part of Tom's life.
Tom's work ethic actually also comes, I think, from his desire to make the sacrifices that so many new Canadians make so that their children will have a better life, and so that the country that they're in will be the best country that you could be in.
Everybody knows Tom is not Jewish, but he's more Jewish and a bigger supporter of Jewish causes and of Israel than anybody I know, like anybody. He goes above and beyond the call of a friend or an employer or a customer. There's not too many customers I know who call us up and remind us that they owe us money and that they want to pay. And that just doesn't happen. It happens with Tom.
Tom understands people. Tom gets along with everybody and is very kind towards towards the needy. He's not worried about looking after, the rich people. He's looking after the people who need help, and that's Tom's, his great heart.
Tom is a real gentleman. He treats everyone the same. And when I say he treats everyone the same, I mean that he treats everyone as if they were royalty. Tom is there to serve. It's an interesting word, serve. We don't use it very often. And we tend to think that it's a demeaning word, but it's really not. It's a word that has a lot of dignity in it, and Tom, I think, epitomizes service to his clients, service to the community, and of course, service to those whom he loves. That's what Tom's all about.
Hey, Tommy, want to wish you all the best on this fantastic honor from ORT. You thoroughly deserve it. You are such a mensch.
Tom, you're a great guy, a great friend, a real humanitarian in the right way, and we love you and are delighted to be here to honor you tonight.
ORT, as you know, is an organization that really is devoted to learning and to encouraging young people to receive the education that they deserve but often can't afford. And I know that you agreed to accept this award because of your dedication to that same ideal. Thank you, Tom.
Love you, Tom. Don't ever change.
Dad, once again, from Tom's Place and the family, we're very proud of you. We're very happy for you, and congratulations on this wonderful honor.